So we integrated gateway nodes and analytical nodes on the cloud in a common cloud edge node infrastructure. This is what we done. We set up the cloud providers. We started the cloud analytical nodes. And now it's the question, how can we manage the software components on all of these edge nodes? Edge nodes in our cases, we mean cloud nodes and gateway nodes. Well, we have a tool for that. So we have the AQUASI RCP client. We have the infrastructure defined here. And now we can go to the Inventos perspective. And Inventos is the runtime we have. It consists of different parts, and I'll make the UI a little bit larger and organize them a little bit. We have up here the instances which are running. So we have currently one server running, and just by selecting the service, we're talking with the OSGI runtime of the system via REST calls, and we get information about the bundles. So currently there are 82 bundles running on the server. Can do the same for gateways. We have one gateway running local on my computer. We access it. Well, it looks very the same, but it has in that case only 79 bundles and has a different IP address. And also there we can do, and we can have software. So this is the list of bundles we get and the list of instances we would like to manage, and we filter them with this combo box up here. We have down there in view, which show us the installed units on the framework, and all our bundles, features, and all the things where Eclipse consists of installable units are listed there. Currently 112. That's fine. So the question is, how can we add software? But before going to the software, maybe we also just list the analytical nodes which we have. Yeah, here they are. We present them. We see all of the 8 nodes we started, and accessing them shows us the right IP address. And again, we have 79 bundles, and that's the case in all of them. So give them just a second, because sometimes the IP address has to update. It takes its time to make the calls, but after a given time, the instances are refreshed, and we get the latest version of that thing. So we can really see what's running on the interfaces, on the machines. The next thing we have to do is, what we can do, we can, let's go back to the gateway for demonstration reasons. We can announce the repository, the software repository where software is located, which you like to install on the nodes. And that's also quite simple. Well, we add an AQUASI repository, and we can just use one which we stored, and we have that one set in the preferences already, and that's just a node on our machine. We remember the image of the components we have. There was also a repository, and we just install it on this node, on this IP. We do it, and what happens? After a few seconds, we see the number of repositories made available for this node. This is the node and the service, and we get the number of installable units. So that's how we announce software. So this means we have now potentially installable units, and down there is the installed units. And this we can do, well, even quite easy for a larger number of nodes. So we can even select all of them, and we can just add the repository, just a small break. We have preferences, and there is the repository setting where we can add different repositories as a predefined repositories which will be used often. So normally you just register your domain repository here, and then you can easily reuse them. This is what we want to do. We add the repository. We use just the one which we have selected. We want to install it on all of the 8 nodes which are selected here, and we click finish. And well, it takes its time. We see the progress bar down there. It will contact all of the nodes. And software will then be available. Finally, it was made. So we see all of them have now, also all of them have different, have the same repository and the installable units. So now let us install software. In this bundle, in this repository, we have a small demonstration, and there is a demo app, which is just a simple bundle, which registers an HTTP service under the Jetty server, which is running, and that's done here. So it's quite easy to install this software on a few of the computers. So we get the list of all our nodes of all of the software, and let's install them on the machines with the given number, or to make it more precise, just select the nodes here. They should be sorted. That has to be improved, but let's install on the first 4 nodes, demo -0 until demo -3. Let's install software there. So we select them, we click here, we click install the software, and they are selected, and we can just click finish here, and then it starts installing the units. At the end, there's no refresh yet, but the moment we refresh one of these nodes, you will see there's this number 79 changes to 80. So there is a bundle now installed, which was called Demo App 1. And we can do the same for another machine. Let's use the other one we select, and we just install there another bundle, which is called Demo App 2. So we can install another bundle on 4 of these nodes. Just keep the standard values there, and we just install it there. And even there now is a different bundle listed, and we see down there is a demo app. So it is quite easy to install software on a large number of nodes with this system. So that's about managing the system in a cloud infrastructure. And what we can also do, we can now deinstall software from one of the nodes. So we decide that the node 7, we want deinstall the software. So we just select them, we deinstall it, we click finish, and he asks us again if we would like to deinstall it, and then it will do it. If we refresh, also here, that one is gone, and the number of bundles also decreased. And we can do the same with demo 6 or 5, but currently we can add, we can deinstall it, but it's not allowed to have to select here currently more than 1 instances. Currently we are thinking of changing that, but in principle you can select it just one and you delete the installable unit. We click finish, and that's okay. And then also on bundle on demo 6 there is a difference. So we can install bundles, we can deinstall bundles, and it might be hard to understand, to see what's running on which machine. And therefore we have another tool, which is the difference view here down there. Just make that a little bit larger by reorganizing the views a little bit. So we have the interface installed units, interface Inventos difference installed units view here. So what we can do, we can now just select, for example, the bundle 5, the demo machine 6, and we can just run or get information about the installed unit difference. And the difference is that, I'll make that very large, we see that on the machine with the IP 191, there is a bundle installed in this version which isn't installed on this machine. So we can get information about differences between two nodes. We can do the same for DEMU1 and DEMU5. We run it again. We get information of both of them, and then we see that on one machine is running DEMU-app, on the other one machine is running DEMU-app2. So that's also a nice tool to compare installed. If we don't get any difference, well, they're running exactly the same software. Also, that helps us to get information about our currently running system. And that's so far the information or the demonstration about how can we manage software components on all of the edge nodes. Thank you for listening, and we will continue with the next demonstration.